Hey there, my name is Tansy Chandler, and I am happy for the opportunity to be able to share my testimony with you. I'm a physical therapist, a mom of 3 kids. My husband is Pastor Damian Chandler, a very busy minister in our church, and God has recently given me the victory in the area of health and fitness in my life. Growing up as a teenager, I was always a very active person. I ran track and I played rugby. I had great aspirations to become a leader in the fitness area in some way, shape, or form. But something happened. I can't tell you exactly what or how. It's not like there was any kind of tragic or life-changing event. All I can say is that over time, stresses and just responsibilities of life started to weigh heavier and heavier on me. I had children, and with children naturally comes weight gain, and I put on quite a bit of weight. More so than the weight gain, I noticed that I was losing a lot of my self-confidence and I was becoming more and more insecure. Growing up as a teenager, I was always very confident and comfortable speaking in front of large groups of people. And over time, I realized that I was stepping farther and farther back into the background behind the scenes. I no longer wanted to be in front of large groups. I didn't feel confident about the way I looked, about what I could offer in the way of ministry. And as a result of my low self-esteem and insecurity, I started to put on a lot of weight. Eventually, the confident and athletic, healthy teenager became a very depressed and overweight, insecure adult. After my 3rd child, I realized that I had gained so much weight that I was now 220 pounds, and I am only 5'2". So that's a lot of weight for me to carry around. I was, as I said, depressed and insecure, and I feel like it was becoming a hindrance to God being able to use me in the ministry because I didn't trust Him enough to take my gifts and to put them at the forefront of who I was. One year, in 2012, I went to the doctor's office because I was having some back pain. And he found I had a fracture in my spine. And he said that if I wanted this fracture to keep from debilitating me, I needed to become more active and start to lose weight. And so that was what I considered my wake-up call. And I started to regain the control of my life. And I started to exercise. And I actually opened up to my husband about needing help in the area of fitness and exercise. Somehow I felt like it was my responsibility to get right by myself because it was because of me that I ended up in this situation. And I realized that that was a lie that the enemy was feeding me, that there was no way I was going to overcome my biggest challenge by myself. I was going to need lots of support from family and friends, lots of prayer warriors in order to become successful in this area. And so with the help of my husband and my parents, we decided on a health and fitness program that I could stick with and that I thought I would be successful with. That was a year and a half ago, and as a result, I've lost over 50 pounds. More so than the weight loss, I feel like this testimony is more about trusting God and overcoming major obstacles through faith and by sticking it out one day at a time, by opening up to people around me that I was once ashamed about the challenges that I had. I realized that God was using my ashes and turning them into beauty. I feel so on fire about what God has in store for me in the future. I feel absolutely unstoppable. I feel my confidence returning. I feel secure, not in my own abilities, but in what God can do through me. I have gotten my certification, my recertification to teach group fitness exercise, and so now I'm leading a class called Core Commotion right here at Madison Mission. It's kind of like Zumba, and I am happy to use my testimony to inspire men and women everywhere to seek God and to regain control of their situation. I'm also excited to teach my children healthy habits, eating habits and exercise habits, so that they don't struggle with these things in the same way that I have. I am grateful to God for this journey, for the mistakes that I've made, for the obstacles that I've overcome. All of these things have helped me to become a stronger person, and I'm just so thankful for that. And I want to encourage anybody who's listening to this and watching this to ask God to give you the faith and the courage to share your testimony, because there is somebody out there who needs to hear how you've overcome so that they can take the first step into becoming an overcomer as well. And so I pray that this testimony blessed you. Please take a look. I have a Facebook page. My friend Natalie Francis and I started a page. It's called Fit, Fitter, Fittest. And it's really just dedicated to motivating everybody to becoming the best possible version of themselves that they can. God bless you guys in your journey.